Are you truly yourself? Or are you just a collection of learned responses? Take a moment. Feel the weight of that question. The identity you wear so comfortably, your name, your job, your beliefs, your fears. Did you choose them, or were they assigned to you at birth, handed down like a family heirloom you never asked for? The freedom you believe you possess, the daily choices you celebrate as acts of free will, is it truly freedom? Or is it merely the liberty to choose between two pre-approved paths within a maze designed long before you arrived? We live under the grand illusion of authorship, believing we are the writers of our own story. But what if I told you that for most of your life you have not been the writer, nor even the main character? You have been an actor, playing a part in a script you have never read, on a stage you do not recognize. This script is the most powerful control mechanism ever devised because it is invisible. It is not written on paper, but on the canvas of your consciousness. Its ink is the language you speak. Its grammar is the culture you inhabit. Its chapters are the expectations of your family, your friends, and your society. From the moment you are born, you are taught your lines. You learn what it means to be a good son or daughter, a successful student, a productive citizen. You learn which emotions are acceptable to show and which must be hidden in the shadows of the psyche. You learn the definitions of success, love, and failure. This is not education, it is indoctrination. It is the slow, methodical process of fitting your infinite, boundless consciousness into a finite, predictable role. The script tells you who to be, and like a diligent actor, you obey. You follow the stage directions, hit your marks, and recite your lines, all in the hope of earning applause from an audience that is also just reading from its own script. The architects of this brand play are not some shadowy cabal in a hidden room. They are far more intimate. They are the archetypes of the collective unconscious, the ancient patterns of human experience that Carl Jung first identified. The hero, the victim, the sage, the tyrant. These are not just characters in stories. They are energetic blueprints that reside within us all. The script assigns you one of these roles, often without your consent. Perhaps you were cast as the eternal caregiver, forever sacrificing your own needs for others. Or maybe you are the rebel, forever fighting against an authority that is in truth an echo of a conflict deep within you. You play this part so convincingly that you forget it is a role. You mistake the mask for your face. The profound sense of unease, the quiet desperation that hums beneath the surface of modern life, is the cry of your true self, suffocating under the weight of a character it was never meant to play. It is the soul's rebellion against the tyranny of the script. This is the first tremor of awakening, the chilling realization that your life is not entirely your own. To see the script, you must first understand the stage. Look at the world around you, not as a random collection of events, but as a meticulously constructed set. The internet, for instance, was presented to us as the ultimate tool of liberation, and digital Alexandria, where all knowledge would be free. Its architects promised connection, a global village of shared ideas. Yet its roots lie in military projects designed for control and surveillance. Now, what has it become? Social media, which promised to unite us, has evolved into the most sophisticated tool for emotional manipulation ever created. Its algorithms are not designed for your well-being. They are designed to study your script, to learn your character's predictable emotional loops, and to feed you the exact content that will keep you performing. It is a digital coliseum where politicians, corporations, and hidden elites are the playwrights, and your attention is the currency. The outrage you feel, the desire you chase, the fear that keeps you scrolling, these are not your organic emotions. They are scripted responses to engineered stimuli. The manipulation is subtle, woven into the very fabric of your reality. Our education systems were supposedly built to enlighten, to foster critical thought. Yet, for many, they function as casting agencies for the grand script. They teach you what to think, not how to think. They reward conformity and punish deviation. They prepare you not for a life of purpose, but for a role in the economic machine. You are taught history as a series of disconnected dates and wars, never as the continuous story of how power has written and rewritten the narrative to suit its own ends. You are taught science as a set of rigid facts, seldom as a mystical exploration into the boundless mystery of existence. The system doesn't want authors, it wants actors who know their lines. The media you consume, the news that shapes your worldview, is not a window to reality. It is a lens, carefully ground and polished, to show you only the scenes the directors want you to see. Politicians appear as leaders, but they too are often actors, reading from a script written by hidden financial and ideological interests. They are archetypes made flesh, the father, the savior, the warrior, designed to trigger your unconscious biases and keep you invested in the drama. Breaking free begins with the terrifying and liberating act of seeing this stage for what it is. It requires you to question everything you have been taught to believe is real. It demands that you become a detective of your own consciousness, tracing every belief, every emotional reaction back to its source. Was this thought truly yours, or was it planted there by a headline, an advertisement, or a parental warning from 20 years ago? Is this fear a genuine response to a present danger, or is it a programmed reflex, an echo from a scene in your script you have long forgotten? This is the beginning of the hero's journey. The call to adventure is not a summons to a distant land. It is a call to turn inward, to explore the treacherous landscape of your own psyche. The dragon you must slay is not a mythical beast. It is the script itself and the army of automated beliefs that guard it. To step off the stage is to enter the unknown, the terrifying wilderness behind the set. It is a path of radical self-responsibility, where you stop blaming the other actors and the directors, and you finally ask the only question that matters. Who am I when the script is gone? Once you start looking, you will see the script symbols everywhere, repeated with ritualistic precision across empires and ages. This is not a coincidence. It is symbolic continuity, a way for the core themes of the script to remain embedded in the collective psyche. Ask yourself, Why do the same symbols of power, the eagle, the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the laurel wreath, appear in ancient Rome, in pharaonic Egypt, and on the currency in your pocket today? These are not mere decorations. They are archetypal sigils, visual anchors for the dominant narratives of control, hierarchy, and surveillance. They are the logos of the longest-running production in human history. The architecture of our capital cities, with their obelisks, domes, and solemn pillars, is not just about aesthetics. It is a form of environmental programming, a stage set designed to make the individual feel small and the institution feel eternal and divine. Consider the rituals that play out on the world stage. Why do royal coronations, presidential inaugurations, and even the funerals of great leaders follow the same rigid structure century after century? We are told these are traditions, but they are more than that. They are ritual technologies designed to reinforce the script. The pomp, the ceremony, the sacred oaths, they are all part of a public performance that reaffirms the legitimacy of the established order. What we perceive as a spectacle is, for the inner circles, a deliberate act of magic, a reaffirmation of the energetic and symbolic contracts that hold the script together. Bloodlines, often dismissed as an archaic concept, are not merely about preserving genetics. They are about preserving ritual memory and symbolic continuity. They are about ensuring the lead actors in one generation pass the script and its hidden meanings to the next. This symbolic language operates beneath the level of your conscious mind. The stories we are told, from childhood fairy tales to blockbuster movies, are filled with these symbols. They teach us the archetypal roles. The helpless princess waiting for a savior reinforces a script of female dependency. The lone hero who defeats evil through violence reinforces a script of redemptive aggression. These are not just stories. They are training manuals for the psyche. They install the operating system on which your personal script will run. The true journey of awakening, the hero's journey, requires you to become symbolically literate. It means learning to see the world not as a collection of random objects and events, but as a living text, a story being told through symbols. It means realizing that the battle is not against a physical enemy, but against the hypnotic power of these ancient symbols and the roles they compel you to play. The act of breaking free is the act of creating your own symbols, your own rituals, your own sacred story, thereby overwriting the one that was given to you. You cease to be a symbol reader and become a symbol writer, an author of a new and sacred text, your own life. So how do you escape a prison whose walls are your own beliefs? You cannot fight it with force, for the script thrives on conflict. The act of rebellion itself is often a pre-written role. The true escape is not an act of destruction, but an act of profound creation. It begins by understanding the script on a metaphysical level. The control system does not run on money or power. Those are merely byproducts. Its true fuel is energetic. Fear is not just an emotion. It is a low-frequency vibration, and it is the primary fuel for the unseen architecture of the script. An anxious, divided, and fearful populace is a weak and easily directed populace. The constant stream of bad news, political division, and manufactured crises is a form of energetic warfare designed to keep humanity in a low vibrational state, too consumed by survival to remember their divine power. The escape, then, is a vibrational one. If their rituals of media and politics are designed to create low vibration states of fear and anger, your personal rituals must be designed to create high vibration states of love, gratitude, and creativity. This is the heart of shadow work. The shadow is the collection of all the parts of yourself that the script forced you to disown. Your anger, your vulnerability, your wildness, your unique genius. You were taught to fear and suppress these parts. But these disowned parts do not disappear. They fester in the basement of your psyche, generating the very fear and anxiety the system feeds on. The act of turning to face your shadow, to listen to its pain and integrate its wisdom, is the ultimate act of rebellion. It is reclaiming the lost fragments of your soul. Every time you embrace a part of yourself you were taught to hate, you cut off a fume line to the control matrix. Every act of radical self-acceptance weakens the system's grip on your reality. You cannot defeat the script by fighting it on its own terms. You defeat it by withdrawing your energy from its game. When you feel outrage at the news, instead of feeding the cycle, you can pause, breathe, and send love to the situation. This does not mean you are passive. It means you are refusing to power the machine with your life force. If their rituals create division, yours can create connection. Start with yourself. Create a new daily ritual, a 5-minute ceremony of silence where you simply listen to your own breath, reconnecting with the rhythm of your soul. This act, in its simplicity, is a declaration of sovereignty. Every act of love, every moment of genuine creativity, every word of truth spoken from the heart creates a high-frequency ripple that disrupts the low-frequency field of control. Art, laughter, deep conversation, a walk in nature, authentic compassion. These are not pastimes, they are weapons in a war of vibration. You begin to rewrite your script not with grand gestures, but with small conscious choices that shift your energetic frequency. You become a walking, breathing anchor of a new reality, a reality based not on the script of fear, but on the eternal truth of your own sovereign heart. You have seen the stage. You have recognized the symbols, and you have found the key to shifting your own energy. The final act of liberation is to fully and irrevocably claim your role as the author. The script you were given was a story of limitation, a tale told to a child to keep them safe and predictable. But you are not a child anymore. You are infinite consciousness, temporarily experiencing limits, and you are remembering that now. The story of the victim, the sinner, the unworthy, the powerless, these are the foundational lies of the old script. The new script, the one you will write, begins with a new truth. The truth is, you are the hero of your own journey. The monster you must face is your own shadow, and in defeating it, you do not kill it, you embrace it, and in doing so, become whole. The prison door was never locked. It was made of stories. It was built from the shoulds and should-nots whispered to you in your cradle. It was reinforced by every teacher who told you to be realistic, Every advertisement that told you you were incomplete. Every news report that told you the world was a terrifying place. They were all just lines from a script, a hypnotic spell designed to make you forget the power you hold. The moment you see it, the moment you truly understand that it is all just a story, the spell breaks. The walls of the prison dissolve into mist. Awakening is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of freedom. It is the moment you pick up the pen. From this day forward, you are the author. You choose the themes. You design the plot. You write the dialogue. Will your story be a tragedy of circumstance or a divine comedy of awakening? Will it be about finding love or about becoming love? The universe is not waiting to see what you will do. It is waiting for your instructions, your feelings, your beliefs, your focused attention. These are the ink. Your daily choices are the words you write on the page of reality. So write a masterpiece. Write a story so beautiful, so true, and so uniquely you that the old script is forgotten, erased by the sheer vibrational power of your authenticity. You are not a puppet who has cut his strings. You are the author who has finally realized the script was blank all along. Now begin.